Hello dear friends, welcome to GATE Academy Global. So before starting today's session, I would like to take the feedback or the concurrence regarding the quality of video as well as audio, and once we are done with the quality of video and audio, we will move forward and we will start the new series on the engineering mathematics, which you can see over the digital board. The videos are supposed to come over the GATE Academy Global. That means my mode of communication would be in English, and one more doubt do come. Sir, you have started one series on the vector calculus. What would happen with that series, my dear friends? What I would do, I would take more number of problems from the vector calculus itself, such that I would be able to connect all of the important points as well as all of the important topics of the vector calculus over this new series itself. Okay, so just wanted to know the quality of audio and video. Is it perfect or not? If it is perfect, just write perfect. Probably everything is fine. My dear friends, as you can see over the digital board, the agenda behind the series of the mathematics which we are going to start from today onwards is very precise and clear, and definitely it's going to be benefited a lot. See, you can see very well, we are going to start the engineering mathematics, and keeping in our mind is engineering aptitude and analytic ability. Why the name has been written as engineering aptitude and analytic ability? Because, my dear friends, already the GATE 2021 is over. Many of the students could not have done much good into the GATE examination, so definitely they would be seeking few more examination where they can do well. So what we have done, we have planned the new series which would be benefiting the upcoming examinations, like examinations related to the ISRO, examinations related to the BRC, examinations related to the engineering services examination of year 2021. Could you understand what I am saying? Although the questions I would be picking, few of the questions I would be picking from the GATE 2021 also, but then also I would be picking those problems more which would be more beneficial with respect to the upcoming examinations, where I would be considering engineering services examination year of 2021 and similarly ISRO, BRC as well as GATE 2022. Agreed? So yes, sir, one request. Omkar Raval, you can ask what's the request you have. What's the request you have? Tell me. What's the request you guys are having? Tell me. May I know the visibility is proper or not? Just a minute. Visibility is proper or not? Let me see. Probably each and everything is perfect now. Yeah. Each and everything is perfect. Agree? See what is happening over there. If you will sit into the engineering services examination, if you appear from the electrical engineering, separately we have got one subject based on the engineering mathematics. If you sit in any of the engineering services examination, apart from the electrical, which is electronics, civil engineering and mechanical, you do not have any specific subject called engineering mathematics, but still the question do come from engineering aptitude. Like some of the time they may ask the problem related to the solution of the differential equation. Many of the times they have asked the problem related to the matrices as well as the concept of the linear algebra. Many of the times they have asked questions related to the probability as well as the permutation as well as combination. So what I have tried to do, I would be consolidating all of the previous year questions which have come into the engineering services examination as well as ISRO, and we'll try to learn the concept through the question itself. See what's the benefit with the concept through the question? Probably within a shorter span of time, you will get to know which type of questions are repeatedly being asked with specifically in 2 examinations. That's the first thing. And secondly, you would be learning few of the important as well as new concept through the question itself. And end of the day, you would be completing the preparation of the engineering mathematics with the GATE Academy. GATE Academy. Tell me. Sir, little bit not proper visible. May I know whether it is properly visible or not? If it is not properly visible, you can ask from me. Yes. Anyways, let me move forward. And today's session would be a comparatively smaller session, because I would just be talking about the brief description, how the complete series will go on, how and which type of the questions do come in the ISRO as well as BRC, about the weightage of the engineering mathematics over the engineering services, electrical and rest of the branches. So briefly I would be discussing about the important point at very beginning, because straight away I am not going into the question through the question. Agreed what I am saying? So without getting delayed, sir, mechanical ESE crash course is started and thermodynamics lecture is at 9 PM. Can you change the timing? I will try, my dear friend. So Omkar Rawal is saying already one crash course is going on over the mathematics, over the mechanical. So definitely I will try to accommodate my timing accordingly. But anyways, that would be done from the tomorrow onwards only. Yes. So without getting delayed, let me move into the few introductory PDFs. Introductory PDFs. Let me move in that. The first thing comes in mind, just a minute. The first thing comes in mind, sir, what would be the schedule of your classes and how long you will be taking your, how long you will be conducting your classes. So probably I would be conducting my classes for 1 hour daily basis. 1 hour daily basis. You can put it somewhere in your copy, daily basis. That's the first thing. That's the first thing. What about the timing of start? So probably we would be starting precisely at 9 PM and we would be covering till 10 PM. So probably we are going to spend 1 hour together, 1 hour together. Once we are done with this, now the next thing comes in mind. So what about the vector calculus? Already you have started one series on the engineering mathematics and where you were focusing about the vector calculus. So what about the vector calculus, my dear friends? What I would be doing, even I would be consolidating this topic which I could not cover in the last series within this series itself. So obviously you would be well acquainted with the vector calculus. Now the next thing comes in mind, sir. Which are the different examinations we are going to cover within this series? My dear friends, probably you must be knowing about it. In engineering services examination, how many branches are getting involved within the engineering services examinations? So total 4 different streams are available within the engineering services examination, which starts from the civil, then goes to mechanical, electrical as well as electronics. Yes, electronics. The electrical have the engineering mathematics within its syllabus itself. It has the engineering mathematics within its syllabus itself. So definitely for the electrical, they had to learn more about the engineering mathematics because within their syllabus itself, it has been pre-decided or pre-defined. Yes, but specifically in the civil engineering, mechanical as well as electronics, the engineering mathematics has not been defined within their core syllabus. But still the problem do come from the engineering mathematics. Which type of problem do come? Once we'll go into the detailed study and once we'll see the previous year question, we'll get to know. Yes, they ask the problem related to the linear algebra. Yes, they do ask the problem related to the differential equation, specifically solution of the differential equation. They ask the problem repeatedly from the concept of probability. Yes, and they focus over the permutation and combination mode. Yes, we'll see which are the different type of the questions are getting framed from this particular topic. Agreed what I am saying? Agreed? So the agenda must be very clear. What are the different details I wanted to communicate? That must be very clear. We are going to spend around 1 hour on daily basis. The span of the time would be in between 9 to 10 PM. Definitely the vector calculus part which has been left out in the earlier series, I would try to accommodate within this series itself. ESE, how many number of papers we have over the ESE? That is civil engineering, mechanical as well as electrical as well as electronics. The next thing goes like within the syllabus of civil engineering, mechanical as well as electronics, that has not been specified clearly the syllabus of the engineering mathematics. That means within the core technical topic of the ESE, the civil engineering, mechanical as well as electronics is not in part, but in electrical engineering they had been specifically marked their syllabus. They have specifically marked their syllabus because I don't want to miss your lecture. Okay. Asif, Mohi, Yudh. So you can see very well, no? That is what I wanted to say. Anyways, keep aside each and everything. Let me focus over the first PDF which I have prepared for you guys. And probably I won't be taking much amount of time in introduction class, because in introduction class just I would be briefing how the complete series will move on, such that you guys would be well acquainted and at the same time you would be able to utilize this complete series into the great manner. See what is happening over here. First, let me focus over the engineering services examination. As I was discussing about the engineering services examination, there are 4 different branches through which you can appear into the engineering services examination, which starts from civil. goes to mechanical, electrical, and ends at electronics and telecommunication engineering. Yes, that's the first important thing. Let me discuss a bit about the ESE. So we have got the total 4 number of streams. The next thing comes in mind, sir. Leave engineering services examination aside, tell me which are the different papers within the ESE where the mathematics do come, and what about their weightages, which type of the problems do come from that particular segment of the paper. So that has been clearly written over here. See, the ESE is a three-stage selection process. First, they used to have paper 1, then they will be having the stage 2, and then they will be having interview. What I am saying, the ESE is total three-stage selection process. I may call it stage 1, then you will be having stage 2, and then you will be having stage 3. Yes, in stage 1 you would be having objective type of question paper, QP I can write, and similarly in stage 2 you will be having conventional question paper, and once you are done with the objective question paper as well as conventional paper, then you go to the stage 3, and that used to be the final round where we used to face the interview. So nobody should have any doubt as such. Whenever I refer the stage 1, basically I am referring the first stage of the selection process, and then goes the stage 2 where we had to sit over the conventional question paper, and here goes the stage 3. Once we are done with the first as well as second, we move into the interview. Agreed? So now where you can expect the engineering mathematics, that thing comes in a mind. Where you can expect the engineering mathematics, you can expect the engineering mathematics in stage 1, and that too in paper 1. Even the stage 1 used to have the 2 papers, even the stage 2 used to have the 2 papers. Anyways, my today's agenda is not to discuss about the ESE, my agenda is to discuss about the engineering mathematics within the ESE. That is why I am briefly discussing about the pattern of the engineering services examination and where you can expect the questions related to the engineering mathematics. Could you understand what I am saying? So what I am saying, within the stage 1, you will be having the 2 papers. Even in stage 2, you would be having the 2 papers. Once you are done with this, now you will be having the interview over here. Anyways, keeping aside all of these stages, all of the papers, just focus over the stage as well as paper where we can expect the engineering mathematics, and we'll also try to learn which type of questions may come. See what is happening over here. It has been clearly written, we are going to discuss about the stage 1, paper 1. That means the engineering mathematics would be the part of stage 1 and paper 1. Anyways, the type of the paper which we will be having, obviously it's gonna be objective type. It would be objective type. Yes, next. And now the type of the questions which we are going to face, it's gonna be common to all. Why? Because this paper itself, stage 1, paper 1, it's a common to all. What does it mean by the common to all? That means the same paper is going to be faced by chemical, mechanical, civil, and as well as electrical. So that is why it has been clearly written, it is common to all. Anyways, the next thing goes like, how much duration we are going to spend over there. So the paper duration would be for the span of 2 hours. Next thing comes like, what about the maximum marks within the first paper, within the first stage? That would carry the marks of 200. Here goes paper description. See which type of the questions are going to come within the first paper, within the stage 1. See, engineering aptitude. So the first kind of the questions which would be framed, find the mathematics, is gonna be engineering aptitude, and the second kind of the questions they are going to frame is gonna be engineering mathematics and numerical analysis. Anyways, if we'll be discussing about the second last line, basically here the aptitude sort of question do come, and I can keep this segment within the aptitude, which we are going to cover separately. Already probably the video has been begun within our GATE Academy as well as GATE Academy Global channel, so you can learn from there. But I would be focusing more over the engineering mathematics and numerical analysis, where the question do come from the core segment of the engineering mathematics. Done what I am saying? Done. I would repeat once again. That means you can expect the problem related to the engineering mathematics within stage 1, paper 1. If you will talk about the structure of the paper 1, all problems are going to be the objective type of problem. That's the first thing. Secondly, now this paper would be common to all of the branches. That's the second thing. What about the duration of this span? The duration would be 2 hours. And what about the maximum marks contained by the question paper? It's 200, and paper description if we'll talk about. So basically I would be focusing over the engineering mathematics, although it contains many of the different portions. Like it also contains like topic related to the national interest, economics. There are several different topics are getting contained by the paper 1 stage 1, but I am not going to discuss about it, because my basic focus is on engineering mathematics. So there are the two segments where the question do come from the engineering mathematics, and that's nothing but the first is engineering aptitude. More or less I can say the problems related to the aptitude, like the problems related to the upstream, downstream, problem related to the clock. Anyways, I am not going to cover this portion. I am not going to cover this portion. Yes. And once we are done with this, so engineering mathematics and numerical analysis. So I would be focusing more over this. Anyways, let me go down. So I tried to consolidate all of the papers within a table itself. You can start from the first paper. See, you can see very well. It's a paper 1, it's a paper 2 within the stage 1. As I have been communicating earlier, within stage 1 you will be having the 2 number of papers. Anyways, let me focus over the paper 1. General studies and engineering aptitude, as I was communicating over here. So generally, general studies contains many of the subtopics. I am not going into the great detail part of this, but yes, here you can expect the engineering aptitude, and yes, few of the questions from the engineering mathematics as well as numerical analysis. Yes. What about the span? The span would be for the 2 hours. And what about the maximum marks which the paper would contain? That's a 200. That's a 200. Once we are done with this, you will move into the second paper within the same stage, which is nothing but the stage number 1. And here we had to appear in engineering discipline. That means the questions would be formed from your core engineering domain. If you are from civil, mechanical, electrical or ENT, you would be facing the corresponding subjects problem. And what about the span? The span would be for the 3 hours, and the maximum marks which the question paper would contain, it would be 300. Yes. Once we are done with this, now we will be moving into the stage 2. Yes. Stage 2. Anyways, here what is happening, probably it has been copied once again, but here what is happening, we would be having the descriptive type of problem. What I am saying, descriptive type of problem, and the structure of the question paper remains almost same. Only one change you would be expecting. What is that? Instead the objective type of questions, now you would be getting the subjective type of questions, where you had to write its derivation as well as its solution. Yes. Now, anyways, before going forward, I would like to take the concurrence or the feedback from each one of you. Any doubt if you guys are having, you can put it over the engineering mathematics, because today I have not planned to take any of the questions related to the engineering mathematics. I just wanted to discuss with you guys briefly what would be my future plan and how we are going to consolidate the different topic within this series and how this series will move on. Any sort of doubt if you guys are having, definitely you can put it over the live chat. Now, specifically what has happened, as I was trying to communicate earlier, within the core subject of civil engineering, mechanical and electronics, engineering mathematics has not been included. What does that mean of it? That means within this paper, within paper number of 2, you are not going to experience any of the questions from the engineering mathematics. That question would be only over the paper 1. But here, sir, good book, suggestion for maths, Omkar Raval, I can say you can use, there are several books. Specifically, if you start with the basic engineering mathematics or the basic mathematics, I think you can refer the R.D. Sharma. If you are not well acquainted with the calculus part of thing, definitely you can start with the R.D. Sharma. And yes, the second book which we use continuously or repeatedly, and that is nothing but the B.S. Grewal. You can use that book. Yes. So what I am saying over here, engineering mathematics that is being exclusively over the electrical stream. Exactly, I do not know why they have done it for the electrical alone. Obviously, the addition of the engineering mathematics over the ESE was a good addition, but they have added on the electrical engineering side alone. But probably you may expect in future even this portion may get added with the rest of the 3 branches within the engineering services examination. Anyways, the student who are there from the electrical background, they can see what are the different topics has been consolidated within their syllabus. It starts with the matrix theory, eigenvalues and eigenvectors, system of the linear equations, numerical methods for solutions of non-linear algebraic equation and differential equation, integral calculus, partial derivatives, maxima and minima, line surface and volume integral, Fourier series, linear, non-linear and partial differential equation, initial and boundary value problems, complex variable, Taylor's and Lorentz series, residual theorem, probability and statistics of the fundamentals, sampling theorem, random variables, normal and Poisson distribution, correlation and regression. So more or less you can say they have copied the syllabus from the gate. So I would suggest to all of these students who are trying to appear in engineering services examination from the electrical background, they must prepare their engineering mathematics the same as the gate syllabus within the electrical. And once they are done with that, definitely they would be able to answer almost all sort of questions within the engineering services examination. Yes? Could you understand what I am saying? Then the next thing, once you'll watch their syllabus carefully, even the numerical method has been the part of. The syllabus within the ESE, which was not there into the gate examination. So you can say from 2021 onwards, they have removed the numerical method, but still it is there in gate ESE examination. So you can say the syllabus was the inclusion of the gate electrical plus of numerical method. Yes, till this point probably each and everything must be clear to all of us. Anyways, let me show the which kind of the question do come. See, let me start to common to all. What does that mean by the common to all? I am not taking any of the problem from the electrical background, because the problem which I would be taking from the paper 2 for the electrical background, definitely that question would be exclusively for the electrical alone, and as the engineering mathematics has been the part of the electrical alone, definitely those questions are supposed to come for the electrical. So what I have done, I have taken few previous year questions specifically from the stage 1 paper 1. What I am saying, stage 1 paper 1, and which used to be common for all. And definitely once we'll have the glance of the each and individual problem, we'll try to understand which type of question do come in engineering services examination. You can see very well, this question have appeared in first paper within the stage 1, and obviously it is common to all branches for the year of 2019. Yes. Now, here goes like, a committee of 4 is to be formed from among 4 girls and 5 boys. What is the probability that the committee will have the number of boys lesser than the number of girls? Obviously, it's a straight problem from the probability. So you can expect you can have 1 or 2 number of problems from the probability within the common to all branches. Specifically, I am talking about the first paper within the stage 1. Once you are done with this, you can have look on the second question, which kind of the problem it is. The solution of the initial value problem, and you can see very well it was the problem from the partial differential equation, and you are looking for its particular solution. So again, you can expect the problem related to the solution of the differential equation, and here they have given the type of differential equation, and which is nothing but the partial differential equation. The same you can see where it is. The third question I may take. Third question, see what they have been asking for. The polar form of Cauchy-Riemann equation is. Yes. So far we used to have the Cauchy-Riemann equation for the Cartesian coordinate system, but deliberately they have framed the problem related to the polar form. Again, I can say the three questions which we have seen so far now, almost they are very easy sort of questions once we are well acquainted with the engineering mathematics. And I would suggest the student who have gone through or who have prepared enough for the GATE examination, definitely they would be able to crack this sort of problem easily. But still have the look, which type of problem do come. Similarly, what they have been asking for, if f of z has a pole of order n at z is equals to a, then the residue of the function f of z at a is. Now, this was the problem from the residue theorem. And obviously within the complex variable. So, see what is happening, they are trying to cover still almost all zones of the engineering mathematics. That is a different story together. The questions are not that difficult. Once you are done or once you are familiar with the formula, definitely you would be able to crack this problem out, but still they are trying to cover almost all zones of the engineering mathematics. Yes, once we are done with this, you can see very well. What about the next one? The lowest eigenvalue of the 2 cross 2 matrix is. Now, so far they have covered the partial differential equation, solution of the partial differential equation, they have covered the probability, they have covered what? Cauchy-Riemann equation, even now they are covering matrix or the linear algebra also. Although the question is very simple, any one of us can be able to calculate the eigenvalue, but still yes, they have connected even the problem related to the matrix also. See how many number of questions have come? It was first question, it was second question, it was third question, it was fourth question, it was fifth question, and it was sixth question. Anyways, as per my experience, you can expect in paper 1 stage 1, almost you would be getting around 7 to 8 number of questions from the engineering mathematics. Agreed what I am saying? 7 to 8 questions. Anyways, let me have the look on ESE 2020. Obviously, the same trend would be followed in the 2021 because not major change has been taken place over the paper 1 stage 1. See the first question, once you will have the look over the first question, you yourself would be able to understand, yes, so this was the problem from the probability. Again, they have asked the problem from the probability. Yes. Anyways, here goes the solution part. Now, what they have been asking over here, the solution of the differential equation. See, the same pattern they have been following. First question was dedicated towards the probability, the second question has been dedicated towards the solution of the differential equation. Yes, solution of the differential equation. Now, if we will talk about the third question, see almost all kinds sort of the problem they are covering. X is a continuous random variable with the probability density function is given by the value of k is. Although any of the students who know the basics of the probability density function, just by taking the integration or just by area under the curve as 1, they would be able to crack this problem and they will get the value of k. But still the question used to come from this segment also. And if I am saying it's a common to all, that means this problem would be experienced by the civil, mechanical, electrical as well as electronics. For the electrical, they would be having the separate bunch of the questions within the second paper. Agreed? The first movement about the origin of binomial distribution, they have asked the problem related to the binomial distribution. Yes. Similarly, the again question they have asked the problem related to Cayley-Hamilton. They have taken a higher polynomial of a matrix A, which has the order of 5, but now we had to reduce into the form of a square. Now you can see very well. And here what they have given, they have taken the reference of bivariate function, and what they wanted to ask, find the absolute maximum and minimum value. So it was a problem from the concept of the maxima and minima, where the two independent variables are getting involved with the same function. See, that is what I am saying. They are trying to encapsulate almost all sort of problem. Yes. And here goes again the same sort of problem as I have been telling you. The u has been given, and now you had to find the value of x du by of dx plus y du by of dy. Yes. And now the general form of the log of within the bracket 1 plus I within the bracket log 1 minus of I. The student who are well acquainted with the complex variable and how the 1 plus I can be written in totality, definitely they would be able to address this problem easily. Yes, they have asked this sort of problem also. They have asked this sort of problem also. And now the next question was the problem based on regression. Yes, the regression equation y is equals to of 0.51 x, 33.73 and x is equals to of everything has been given. Now this problem is related to the regression. So at least I can say stage 1 in paper 1 you can expect approximately 5 to 8 number of questions, and it would be the questions for all. It would be common questions for all. Unable to join the Telegram channel. Okay, we'll see that. It would be common for all. And once you'll move into the stage 1, obviously in the same stage 1 in paper 2, where I would be expecting the technical questions. My dear friends, here it would have the participation of the engineering mathematics for the electrical alone. What I am saying, yes, engineering mathematics would be the part of the paper 2 or not, it would be exclusively for the electrical. But yes, within their technical syllabus, the engineering mathematics or the complete structure of the engineering mathematics has not been mentioned either for the civil, mechanical or the electronics. No, engineering mathematics is not there for electronics, mechanical and civil. Agreed, my dear friends? What I wanted to say over here? Agreed? Anyways, what even I tried to take few of the consolidated problems from the ISRO. So what I would be doing over here, let me jump it to the see, even the question do come from the engineering mathematics in ISRO also. See which type of problem they used to have. You can see by yourself. The first question, simply they have asked to calculate the determinant. If you will focus over the second question, they have asked you to get the general solution of the differential equation in the order of 2. Now the third question, they have been specifically focusing over the probability. In the next question, they have been discussing about the antiderivative, indefinite integral. In next question, they have been discussing about the eigenvalue of the given square matrix. See what is happening. Although they have not been mentioned the engineering mathematics exclusively, but yes, the question do come from this segment again and again. Yes, no? What I would suggest to each one of you, in today's class, I had just the brief idea about the engineering mathematics, and from tomorrow onwards, I will play CTQ. What does that mean by the CTQ? Concept through the question. So what I would be doing, I would be probably sticking to the engineering services examination, or either I would be sticking to the ISRO examination, and I would try to take each and individual problems which have come into the previous year. So what is the benefit you guys would be having? The first benefit, you would be well aware with the type of questions you can expect over the engineering services examinations. ISRO, even I will try to get the problem if it is there over the BRC and any of the examinations which are supposed to come. That's the first thing. Secondly, what I would do, once we are done with that, I would be taking the problems from the ISRO. So more or less, you would be covering the complete engineering mathematics with me. So I would suggest to each one of you, be ready from tomorrow onwards in between 9 to 10. And try to share this timing to max of your colleagues, maybe junior, maybe your seniors. So definitely the student who could not do well into the GATE examination, even the student who have done tremendously well into the GATE examination, definitely they are going to be benefited a lot from this series, because here I would be specifying or I would be focusing over the questions which have come anywhere into the important examinations apart from the GATE. Like I would be focusing over the engineering services examination, I would be focusing over the ISRO, I would be focusing over few of the questions which have come into the BRC examination. Yes. So tomorrow onwards we will start this session. Okay. So for today's lecture, this is all. We'll meet precisely at 9 p.m. tomorrow. Till then, bye bye, take care, good night.